cross my heart. I never meant to hurt you, but now you're slipping through my fingers as the darkness in me lingers. Was praying for possibilities, lately got the best of me, yeah. You got the best of me, embracing our insecurities. Better to cry and set us free, yeah. Oh no. We're running out of space between good and bad. Running out of words to apologize. Nothing left to say between you and I. You and I've done my part, no reason left to keep you. Let the thought of us wither. Nothing left but all our pictures. Was praying for possibilities, lately you got the best of me, yeah. Yeah. We're running out of space between good and bad. Running out of words to apologize. Nothing left to say between you and I. You and I. And I. You and I.
I saw conscious. Crazy, huh? Crazy. Here we go.
Lucid dreams, so I can't be out here living stupid. I love hard, so you could say I was shot by Cupid. Say less, but every now and then I drop my 2 cents. Tunnel vision could really be a nuisance. ISO, yeah, you know we be the movement. Don't ask what we doing, just know we always keep it moving. Watch out for intruders. Still a student to the game. You don't see me rocking chains, cause I think that is lame. All my brothers getting slain from the police. Blood stains leaking on the concrete. All my aunties always warn me to stay up off the street, cause he's tucking heat, yeah, the feeling of defeat. And constantly finding ways to level up my mind state. Ain't no justice for us, you could peep it in the crime rate. I left behind all those trying to set me up like a blind date. That duo sizzle just like a hot plate. Zooming on the Jackie like we got weight. I mean it's just a few grams, but I got faith, cause I was born in interfaith. Tell them plug me in like the interface. Speakers blasted, shake the flowers in the vase. Learning to break out of my commonplace. Still trying to be, so I let common play. They calling me Illmatic, I'm the modern day. Wanna go toe to toe, tell them I'm delayed. Mommy go E-I-E-I, how Nelly say it. Uh-oh, this flow hit cutthroat. I just reload while they upload. Tell them that merch coming in by the truckload. Gotta do this to the utmost. Run it up like Usain till they unbolt. You won't really learn till you sit down, be humble.
I saw conscious. She getting crazy, huh? She getting crazy.
Evening, everyone. Let me turn down the music here real quick so you can still kind of hear it in the background, but it's not too bad. Let us know if you can hear us, if there's any issue at all. I know we've been pretty amped with audio. This is a new overlay I'm trying out, so hopefully it suits your liking. Welcome to tonight's episode of Mini Paint and Chill, where we take you away from the chaos that is this world, and I know, I changed it. And paint minis for a couple hours before Critical Role starts. We really appreciate you being here. It's almost our 1 month anniversary of being affiliate, which is awesome. So if you can, please consider subscribing, and definitely shoot us a follow. If you see down at the bottom of the screen, we now have stuff available, so we will be able to see whoever is our latest follower, our latest subscriber, our latest cheer, and then if something happens, say, I don't know, a new subscriber, you will see some stuff pop up on the side of the screen just underneath our information of what we're painting. So thanks for joining us. Make sure to follow us on our socials and join our Discord. We talk about a bunch of nerdy things. We've got some sub badges up, as well as a single emote, because we're still trying to figure out exactly what we want to do with emotes, but that's okay. I think that's everything. So, yeah, just enjoy the music while we paint these bully boys.
Yeah, as to what we're actually painting, since Wheeler's dad last time pointed out, hey, let's get some good close-up shots of the figures themselves. If you notice, they might look a little more detailed from the get-go than the last couple weeks. It's because I took the time to, over the last couple days, strip them down of their original white primer that they come primed with, and then re-prime them with what's called a zenithal highlight. So if you see, it's very dark on the bottom, and then as it gets closer to the top, it's much brighter, simulating sort of natural light casting from above. It's a way to get established shadows on your figure before you actually start before you start painting. So if you use very thin down paints and glazes, you can actually preserve this same set of shadows and not have to do them yourselves. And it's a thing that I like to do. So we're trying it out this week.
And I'm having an okay day. I mean, obviously, but overall, it's been a pretty decent day.
Yeah, I've had a good day at work. I surpassed my benchmarks that I'm supposed to get for training by a very good amount. And overall, I just had a nice, easy day because I was so busy. The day went by very quick. It's always nice. Didn't feel tedious. I very much enjoyed my breaks and my lunch though, because there's a couple points where I feel like my brain was melting. Alright, big decision time.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Is-
silver.
I want to get like a very light golden, more brass than gold, and my gold is very rich dark. So I think what I'm going to do is actually mix some silver with a little bit of gold.
How much medium do you usually use?
It depends on what I'm looking for, like how thin I want it. You want to
Just
use
pull it
either
from the
a
pot?
separate brush, yeah, and you want to pull the pot. You want to pull it from that pot first and pull as much, if not more, than you think you need. And then, because you don't want to taint. You don't. Oh, like we're talking like a 50-50 amount to how much paint you're going to be using.
That's a lot. But you can just get it in there.
Yeah, use a big brush, glop a lot of it out. Like this guy or the bigger one.
I'll use this one. This one's usually my mixing brush. But...
And be careful with keeping those clean and dry because they will harden
Yeah.
like way more than normal, especially if it's contrast medium. Over here is even worse. It turns into a fucking rock. I got really confused as to who Saint Meow was for a second. Sorry, Shane. I have bad brain moment today. Yes. Here, let me grab some myself.
And then just swirl.
Yeah, just like mix it in. Yeah, don't mix in all of it because you want to sort of be able to adjust it as you go.
So I pulled a lot of silver out of stuff.
Yeah, probably much more than you need.
That's okay. So just start with that and see how it goes.
Yeah, go. Remember not to put too much on your brush. Just start. You always want to go light. You can add more easily, but you can't take it away. Ooh, my gold is real. Oh, I dropped it straight into the medium. I did not mean to do that. Okay, whatever. I need to get a new pot of this gold anyway. Oh, I don't want to do this. I grabbed way too much gold. Because I had to mix it.
Light on it. And then just brush.
Yeah, don't be afraid to go back and pull some off if it looks like it's going on too thick. You want to try to
Actually, it looks like
maintain.
it's going on.
You want to maintain the fact that you can see those shadows.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really taken away from it so far. Actually, looks like it's just adding color.
That's basically what we're looking for.
That's cool.
And I'm actually going to take your silver because my lead belcher is not the brightest silver base, and I kind of do want it to be much more silver than anything else.
Oh, I do not want this in the country.
Nah, yeah, I agree.
It does take time to get good. I'm honestly not the best, but I just enjoy doing it. doing it, and once you do it for long enough, you get good at it, and then you're like Chris and know a bunch of stuff.
I can fake my way through a conversation about it, that's for sure. This turned out to be a very strange color. It's very sort of... It's brassy for sure, but it's very sort of dull. I'm going to see if I can redden it up just a bit.
I'm not really good at any art besides playing music, so I play my guitar and I paint minis, and I'm halfway decent at both, so that's kind of what I stick with. But drawing is fun. I do try to get into it every once in a while. So it's not. I don't think it's taken away from me at all.
I feel like I could go a little more, could go a little lighter, but since I've already laid so much down, I can't really go back now, so I'm just gonna finish out what I'm doing so it stays even.
It's almost just like dry brushing on the base.
It's more of a glaze than a dry brush. Yeah, like we lost a little bit of the highlights, but with how dark it is on the base, it should read well a little bit. And if you can still see where those shadows are / were, you can selectively add your washes in just those areas to sort of make them more contrasting. Also, I really like this color that I ended up with.
You do?
Yeah,
Oh yeah! Wow.
I lucked into it, and what a nice Bob Ross happy accident. R.I.P. Bob. He died the year I was born, so I never had a chance of meeting him. It was a sad story.
How cool that would have been. How cool would it have been to meet Mr. Rogers too? A brother.
Yeah, so one of our icebreakers at work a couple weeks ago, when we were all sort of just introducing ourselves to each other, they would pose us like an icebreaker question, and then we'd go around and go like, "Science or blah blah." And we got that classic one of like, if you could interview anyone, alive or dead, who would you pick? What would you ask about blah blah. And I'm glad that I didn't get pointed to first, because it took me a hot second to sort of decide anything, but because I felt like there's gotta be, my mind immediately went to the trinity of Steve Irwin, Mr. Rogers, and Bob Ross, but I was like, let me see if I can take full stock and see if I can find anything else, because I figured somebody else was going to say the same thing, like one of them at least. But everyone's like, "Oh, I wanted to interview my grandfather." It's like, well, you knew your grandfather, bro. Like, you literally said that you grew up with him or met him in your childhood. It's like, you could have.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's very quick though.
Yeah, well, I mean, with this mini, it's pretty much just one color. I'm actually rethinking the fact that I probably could have done non-metallic metal if I tried. But the thing with NMF is that you sort of have to treat each panel as its own bit, and that's not necessarily always a big deal with, some minis. But like, this guy's fully metal and he has so many segments.
What's the Hypnotic. Is that what it is?
What?
The liqueur that has the pearl dust in it.
I don't know. Chat. Do y'all know that?
Yeah. Also, I also took piano lessons from my cousins when I was younger. I also remember very little. I know where the keys are, and I can't tell you how many music exams in high school I done.
Yeah, I have a passing knowledge of piano, in that I obviously know how it works, and I can play it if I really try, but because I'm left-handed, like the coordination's all backwards.
That's what they're saying too. Is that
Oh, are they? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not being able to, do the same things with the same hands that everybody else is expecting. Like, it's written specifically for right-handed people, and nobody's out here building left-handed pianos.
Oh, good. Wow. That was crazy.
Yeah, so now, because we've you get really far just by laying down a bass coat on instead. But now is all your time to really push all the details. Yeah. In my case, I'm gonna make him extremely rusty.
Yeah, what does silver patina to? Rust to? Tarnish to?
Whatever fucking color you want. Silver patinas to a brown, like a brownish gray. Have you not owned any silver stuff? Yeah. Yeah, it just becomes like a mottled dark gray. It's not nearly as interesting to look at as the copper patina.
Evening, table troop.
Who dat?
I don't know, but thanks for joining us while we paint and talk about painting.
Table Troop, you got a dope ass Twitch name.
Yeah, it's a good name. So with the Null Oil wash, would you go on the underneath or just over the whole thing?
I would, like I was saying earlier, I would place it selectively to enhance the shadows. So I would do it underneath. I would do it because you want to paint volumes, right?
Yeah.
So I would also go on a much smaller brush for this guy, for your wash.
Really?
Yeah, because you want to paint it on all the parts that aren't facing directly upwards. So these ridges on his shoulders that are bunched up, I would wash the bottom parts of them, and the bottom parts of everything that's touching anything else.
Hey, well, thanks for joining us in painting at the same time.
Table Troop, what are you painting? Are you painting minis, or are you painting on canvas?
She said these little shoulder pieces.
Yeah. I'm also making sure that while I still maintain laying down paint very thin, and I lost most of my shadows. I'm gonna be honest. I should have put way more medium in here. It's only making a big difference on the darkest spots, but I'm just making sure I'm going back and making sure that there's no little nooks and crannies that I missed. There's a couple spots in his neck, behind his raised hoof that I didn't catch. Little spots in his little crevices that the paint didn't quite sink into.
Steel Legion for the game Conquest: Last Augment of Kings.
Steel Legion being Warhammer?
Forgive us our...
I mean, there's so many fucking chapters for Age of Sigmar, yes, but Warhammer in general, that, I have a passing knowledge of a bunch of them. And Warhammer specifically, they release a bunch of specific smaller game forms that are, instead of full on, here's your Warhammer 40k, you've got your Kill Team, that's a smaller game. You've got Space Hulk, that is a specific smaller game. Although I think that's more of a video game, but I'm pretty sure there's a tabletop version. And then with the Fantasy Age of Sigmar, you've got they're a unit in a game of Conquest: Last Argument. Oh yeah,
Heavily
Argument.
armored.
That's super dope. There's some. Speaking of Warhammer, and their mini games. There is a kill team set that I want to get. That's basically goblins who are riding wolves, and it's called like Ripa's Riders or something. And I saw them at Fallout, and I didn't buy them because I was broke at the time, and they haven't gotten another one in stock. So I just haven't gotten around to buying that set yet.
I'm doing the side bit here too.
Yeah, try to sort of feather it up to where you're applying a gradient, right? Because remember you're painting a volume. Yeah. And it's unless you have a clear line to delineate.
There is a line there.
But see how you think about it. Part of it is facing directly upwards, and that part is going to be. And since it's rounded, specifically this one with all its round shapes, you want to try to gradiate as much as you can. I'm, like I said, switching to a small brush. I think normally with like a rich gold to wash it, I would use like Reichland Fleshade or more of a reddish one instead of brownish. But I think because I'm going rusty, I'm just gonna go darker. Shit, I really should have tested this on a fucking test menu before we started, but yeah, I stopped Warhammer with the recent addition. Too many other cool games to play. That big mood though, like if it wasn't for the fact that Wheeler and I and our close friend groups were involved in so many ongoing D&D games, we would be starting a bunch of other systems.
That would not surprise me.
Like we just had a Monster Hearts one shot that was super fun.
And then we did the Camps and Counselors, which was Lasers and Feelings, I think.
Yep. It's on hiatus, but I'm a player in a Urban Shadows game.
Yep, I'm there too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's been so long that I forget who's in it, except for me.
And Ashley.
Yeah. But yeah, and then there's another system that is upcoming that I'm really excited about. That's called the Wild Sea. It's not just a campaign setting. I'm pretty sure it's its own system because it's based off of a D6 system. And the Wild Sea, it just started on Kickstarter. One of our fraternity brothers is actually one of the people who helped design it.
Ooh.
I don't remember. He posted in the Find Me Alpha gaming group on Facebook. He might not be in it.
Oh no, I am. I just don't.
It was just I don't remember his name, but why did I use? Oh, I'm back to my big brush. I just him saying hey, brother's dream come true. Something you're working on come to fruition. He's not on the Mythopia team, but he did have some sort of input on it, which is nice and exciting. I'm
trying to get the word across that way. I wanted to have that sheen, shine, whatever, everything, but I'm not sure they're not taking away from it.
Yeah. I also understand stopping Warhammer just from a monetary point of view. I have a good number of Warhammer models, and I don't even play Warhammer, but I've spent so much money on them, and I use them for D&D. But Games Workshop charges so much. I don't blame them because they're super good models. Always come out so well. They They look good. And, you know, the artists who work on them, and they deserve to make their money. It's just when the game revolves around having, these massive numbers of figures, it's hard.
Being able to focus the shading and areas where it's more shaded is
Yeah,
drawing out
I'm
the bits.
I'm focusing my first layer just on these dark areas, and if I can manage to get my brush into any recesses that are outstanding, I'm sort of going into there. Really wish I hadn't have gone so thick on this paint. Table Troop. I disagree. I don't think they make the best models. That's a fair point. I was never into it back when they were making their older style model, like all the square bases and all that. And I know a lot of people have super nostalgic connections to all those, and especially if you're talking about the metal casting ones, those are dope. Not my favorite sculpts necessarily, but you cannot argue with the quality of those old ones. Like, those things hold up. I just artistically, the design, choices. I like the way that they choose their, the proportions and everything for the more modern figures. I'm a big fan of. That's the biggest reason that I think they still make really good models. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the plastic that they're in. That doesn't really. I'm nah. Yeah, it's a workable plastic, but I would kill for some modern day Metal Warhammer figures. Well, you can always go in and take a little bit of your metallic mix and mix something brighter into it, and highlight. If you can manage to dry brush it, you can. I would make sure your paint is much thicker though, that you're not using that same mix. Just go back to your regular silver and just very lightly dry brush.
So don't use the
Like for example, GW's New Giants aren't great. I think Mantic has the best giant. Bruh, Mantic puts out some real shit. I do not have nearly enough Mantic figures, but I have an Amazon wish list that is just chock full of them. And I don't play Kings of War. I don't play any of that as of right now, but I really want a lot of those figures. They look so good. No, use the same silver if you weren't already. But I mean, a lighter silver is fine too. Just don't go darker, obviously. And I don't know how much lighter it is. You could mix just the tiniest drop of white in there to really push it. That's up to you. If you could do this one first and see how it goes, and really get most of it, as much as you can.
Yeah, you're just looking for the luster.
Well, like I said, you can. Oh, also, I have a very light. This might even be brighter. A very light dry brushing specific from silver that I like a lot. It's very powdery, so be careful with it, because it can sometimes get unruly.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Is that you can literally use your D&D minis to make armies. Yes, you can. I should. I already spend so much money on D&D minis, and I used to spend even more, But since I got a 3D printer and I've sort of slowed down on buying in general, I really haven't been accumulating as much as I used to. But yeah, I love me a good proxy army. Ooh. Well, I've done a goof.
What?
I didn't have my bottle closed before I shook it. Luckily, it's not as bad as it could have been. I'm gonna need to go get a quick job. I've spilled this same wash so many fucking times. Because I hate the Citadel paint pots. I hate them. I keep getting advertisements for the dropper bottle kits to transfer them to like the Vallejo style dropper bottles. Yeah. And I just haven't bought them yet because I only just now have money. But honestly, if Kimmy's listening, would be a good Christmas gift for me. But I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
Playing one of my final session big Kings book. That's so dope. I backed the Matt Colville Kickstarters, the Kingdoms of Warfare and the Strongholds and Followers. Kingdoms of Warfare is not out yet, but I really want to try to adapt some of those rules into a D&D game. I feel like doing it in just one session, though, definitely, Kingdoms and Warfare would not be a good use for it. Like, using a different system that you already know well like that, I think is such a good idea. Ew, I'm ruining everything.
I can't tell what else.
You could also, so any of the spots that you see that are facing directly upwards, if you didn't dry brush them already, like selectively dry brush those parts. So like, I was talking about the shoulder humps earlier, if you shade on the bottom side, you can dry brush on the top side a little bit and dry brush on the bottom side on the matters. Paper towels this time.
Yeah, like he's now got that a bit more of a grading on, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what he would have done. Is you want the appearance of volume rather than it looking flat.
He looks pretty fucking dope.
Yeah,
He's got that like he's got that like Colossus vibe too.
Yeah, this really does look like if Colossus is like Persona, doesn't it? You heard it here, folks. The X-Man, Pietro, whatever the fuck his name is a furry.
While I'm looking up stuff, feel free to shoot us a follow or a subscription if you have the ability to. I will hydrate right now. We appreciate all the help. Follow us on our socials too. We have Twitter, Instagram. I think we're working on doing a Facebook, or I think I talked to someone about working on doing a Facebook. We have a Discord. You can absolutely join.
I was in our meeting and I do not remember you mentioning Facebook. I only remember you mentioning TikTok. One nice thing that's also easy to make the contrast of your mini stand out more is the closer it gets to the ground, the darker it gets regardless. Right? so that it moves your brightest focal point by default. Just by actively making the lower parts darker, it makes the upper parts brighter in comparison. And that's where you want your focal point to be, is those upper parts. And it's just another one of those little trickos and trickos.
Oh, it does get like a weird brown.
Oh, you're Googling what silver tarnishing is?
Yeah, it almost looks like that color.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's also still very reflective. That's one of the notable things about silver is it gets very dull, just like everything else. That's not especially tarnished. There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
so like a greenish brown.
I mean, sort of.
That looks more like a dry brush on that though. And then coming back.
You could,
over
because
the-
what you would want to dry brush with something that's matte. That's the important part.
And then what it looks like is coming back over the highlighted areas with silver.
Yeah, to bring it back up.
And if you do it just matte, not.
Yes.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Let me see if I can actually post the socials. Whoops. Can't just click.
I hop out the car, leave the motor running. Why you always talking like you know something? Why you always talking, going show 'em something?
I also have an Instagram, but I never post anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I generally don't post much on social media that isn't just sharing stuff that already exists. Because
And we'll also post these when they're done. We do that every time. Yeah, it's like a weird.
I was getting money, but they didn't have a clue. Caught the Porsche coming powder blue. Hit the top, we don't need the road fools. No, we made the road.
It's like an underneath. But like the putrid slime.
well, I say if you weren't doing a shade with it, if you weren't going like dry brush with it, I would say go Etherium Piano Shade, because that's very greenish brown. Or brownish green anyway. 'Cause it's more green.
Well, I guess I could tarnish the top. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, the way that I think about it is with rust, it collects where water collects. So it's going to be in any crevices and places that drip. But with tarnishing, it's more where your hands and stuff touch it. So dry brushing is fine. Is what I'm saying.
We appreciate it. We like supporting the community as well, so let us know what's going on with your group. And we will.
Yeah, if you got stuff to throw back our way, by all means.
We're trying to expand our realm of possibilities, so we like supporting as many people as we can. Is this gonna be a good plan? Maybe I could just add some camo shade into like a lighter green color.
Yeah, it'll thin it down, which if you're dry brushing is not necessarily the best idea, because you cannot dry brush a wash. Because it's sort of antithetical to it.
We got a group of people, so literally just hit us up on our socials and join the Discord if you're trying to
Oh, did he get spam locked?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry about that. You're not actually. Hold on. Let me see. if I
Stream
can-
Elements is being mean.
Yeah, that's not. Hold on.
Oh no. This is an issue we've not come across before.
Shane's there. He could, but. Oh, jeez. I'll come back to my thing. I think I need a moderator to work on it.
Kelly.
Someone. Nope, that's not gonna help. Dum. 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 Dum.
Yeah, all of these rounded shapes are really an exercise in layering. Weird. Hold on.
Work on this. Nope, that's not what I mean.
By the time you finish it, he might be not timed out anymore.
Yeah, I know. Trying to see if I can get someone to. Oh, jeez Louise.
Oh crap!
Here we go.
Hey!
Hey, welcome back. Sorry about that. Stream Elements is, yeah, that was not a moderator or any of us. That was just the bot, and I don't know why. So we'll work on that. But yeah.
All right. Here's an update for us.
Oh yeah, that might be the reason why. That's why I was saying join the Discord and just post in it. We have a lot of people who are in there who post a lot of their own things. And we will. Oh, cool. So yeah, post it in there, and we will join that Discord as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Hello, stranger. Hello. What are you buying?
I would like a drink.
What are you selling?
The gin and tonic that I always have on this.
Question is, where did I put my drink?
Executive decision.
I'm curious. I drank 16 Red Bulls this week as well.
Thank you, Shane, for explaining that because I get brain empty.
Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with this, but I think I'm also gonna go in Red Rush. So
I think I'm gonna
I
go
spent I spent a lot more time really thin getting in all of these lines, like just vertically over and over with a couple layers. As it dries, it's probably gonna get less obvious. Too much. Too much. I don't know why I'm shaking this. It's a solid block of fucking powder. I'm gonna put this guy to the side and let that wash settle for a bit.
I'm just gonna do this for
While I come back to our friend the giant and give him some leather. That's what I'm gonna do.
No, I'm gonna just do the whole thing.
That'll be perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
It's kind of nice that this color scheme isn't nearly as exciting as the one I was going for last week, 'cause that was a lot.
Yeah.
Nice to just do something simple and not have to worry about 18 colors.
What did we even do last week?
Match course.
That's right.
The Manticore!
Have you seen Onward? Yeah. Great movie.
I didn't realize you were asking me at first. I was like, yeah, chat, have you fucking seen Onward?
Tag us on Twitter as well, and send us that because we'll retweet it with the pictures of these when they're done.
When I think Manticore, I think of the Ninja Sex Party song. Manticore, 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 Manticore. But yeah, I think the Disney depiction of Manticore was nice.
Yeah, accurate. Also, again, great movie. Made me cry.
Yeah, we couldn't watch it with Kimmy's mom because we knew it would make Kimmy's mom cry. So
Also-
we watched it at my house.
We watched it together, Hunter and I, and Hunter's friend from Colorado looks just like the mother.
Bruh, the classic Pixar mom with just a real thick fucking ass.
Like, on a scale of 1 to mom in a Pixar movie, how dump truck fucking thick are you? That's okay. Whatever socials work for you. I know that a few of us use Twitter.
Hunter, I have a question. On a scale of 1 to mom in a Pixar movie, how dump truck thick are you?
Am I? I don't. Huh? Oh, I don't know. I would give Michael Pixar mom dump truck thick, and I.
Is this just water?
And I would
This is
say.
not what I asked for.
When have I ever listened to you?
Quite often, actually.
Gin and also tonic, but just
I'll make
tonic.
it when I'm
I'm joking. Me?
done. No, it's just seltzer water, isn't it?
Yes. I don't
It's
know
old
how I could
seltzer
properly
water.
rate that. What do you think?
You?
Yeah.
On 0 to Pixar Mom?
No,
Yeah.
1 to...
1 to Pixar Mom?
Yeah.
Like, Pixar Mom. This is incredible.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm definitely making a beverage now that you have that beside me.
You asked a question! I answered a question!
I asked
Oh
her to
my
objectify
God.
herself.
Hydrate, yeah.
Oh shit. Mine's empty. Alright, well, I gotta do it. Here goes this paint water down the hatch.
What are we doing? Drinking vodka down the hatch. Here we go.
Alright, but for real, chat has said it, so I must obey. I'll go back.
Yeah, we have channel points now, so we gotta do it.
I must obey.
Yeah, I like this better. What are you going over with? Oh, you're letting him dry. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let mine dry, and I'm just gonna look at chat for a while. Yeah, old seltzer water. I got a soda stream because I'm a home bar enthusiast and I make cocktails at the house. And unfortunately, I don't use a full thing of the seltzer water, so it'll just sit out for a long time and then lose its seltzerness, seltzer, and just become water, but with that like slight acidic taste to it. It's gross.
provided. We had a cat for a second.
No, I'm not a big vodka drinker. I'm more of a gin drinker, but I mean, lime, ginger beer, and vodka. I would recommend if you do like vodka, drinking Wheatley. It's by the same distillery that makes Buffalo Trace, and it is very good vodka.
I did not know where you were going with that. You
I
said
feel like
Buffalo.
this is also a trick. I'm going to drink it, and it's just going to be tonic water.
Would I do that to you?
Yes.
You know, Halloween, trick or treat, except a week later.
You get one.
I'll have to extend it until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Sure you don't mind?
Yeah.
Everybody gets one. Isn't that right, Spider-Man?
Do you need anything?
Oh, I just went to refill my drink.
Well, it's not my fault.
Why is everyone so afraid of love? Love! What is the superior gin? You're British,
half
just pick
British.
carefully. Oh,
Which half?
shut up.
It's one of my favorite questions. And I don't mean like mother or father. I mean like left or right.
I've
Like
tried.
which half of you is British? The inside, the outside, top and bottom. Like
I have tried a lot of gin
Left
because
lung,
it
right
is
lung?
one of my favorite liquors. Obviously, the go-to for a lot of people is like Tanqueray, Tanqueray number 10, Bombay Sapphire, the left side, or at least I think.
Something.
I personally, if you haven't had it, I love St. Augustine Distillery Gin. It's got more of a grapefruit note to it, and it really pairs well with a lot of the tonics I drink it with, and just sits in the drink better. But if you're looking for a more dry gin, Ford's is probably my go-to. It's a good prohibition style gin that goes really well with a lot of cocktails. So.
Yeah, I'm not British myself because it's been a couple generations since my family's been from England, but my family name is hardcore English.
So is mine. Actually, my family traces back.
Well, my family name at least is because it's
Wooten.
yeah Wootton, which is like you Google it and it's like 16 plus locations in England are named that. 'Cause, you know, the word "town by the woods" is a really fucking simple name to give to a town when you're not great at naming things. I'm not saying that the British aren't great at naming things, but like nobody's great at naming things. Especially me. You know how long it takes to come up with names for D&D stuff? Fuck.
That's fair. I mean,
Boston.
I would say at this point probably throw it in the harbor, but
The eternal struggle.
oh man, I feel like he's very light on the top. That's weird. I like the way it looks. Now I gotta figure out how to get this weird color.
Sorry.
Probably.
I was also wondering, you're allowed to have one more since the need to finish the bottle.
Dead
Yeah, we
Man's
need to go
Swoop.
get another bottle because that one is not very good.
You also need to.
Okay. What's true with that?
Daddy says consume.
See, he even gets that I'm daddy.
Daddy.
I wish I could go that low. That
It's
would
like
be
a
so
really faint splotch of green at the top.
What you might want to do is stipple the green.
Like,
I've got some stippling brushes. All my stenciling brushes are round ones, so they're very stiff. So you got to be careful with them. But like they're meant for just stippling. That's why they're round, so you don't get any sharp edges on it.
okay. Where do you think I should do the brown? Just all over.
Wherever you feel like it. Like I said, it's not quite rusting, right? So it's not gonna be where the water collects, and it's not quite where it's being rubbed off, so it's not quite dry brushing. Honestly, just stick it fucking wherever it feels good. Like it's gonna look fine regardless, because at either end of the spectrum, it's gonna look believable to the eye based on some chemical process that the human eye is used to seeing. You know.
Also, we have all of our old videos of mini painting that we've done on YouTube. If you want to subscribe there too, I think we've got like 5 episodes left.
I'm not in all of them, but
No,
that
yeah,
sounds
you're
alright.
in the past couple, and then Hunter was in one. I was by myself in one.
Yeah, so 5 sounds about right. So I think I've been here for spiders, manticores, and gorgons. So this would be 5 for me,
Oh
or this would be 3 for me, plus the one with you and Hunter where we did the grells. Gricks? Grells.
Girls. I did the girls on my own.
You did it. What was Hunter here for? Oh, and then Earth Elementals.
Earth Elementals.
So yeah, this is 5, I think.
Yeah. The Twitch to YouTube upload is a masterpiece. It works so well for me. But I also direct plug into my router, so I feel like it's not brown though. Why am I having second thoughts about this? Meh.
I mean, we're speed painting. You gotta give slightly less of a
We
shit.
still have an hour though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I still gotta apply all my rust, and that's fucking 3 steps in itself. Because I gotta add the typhus corrosion, then I gotta dry brush over it, and then I gotta silver over that.
Should I do a little bit of silver in there to like?
I could not tell you. You're experimenting, so,
Need your expertise.
bruh, you're way off the reservation.
Yeah.
There's no one can tell you right or wrong here. You're forging a path.
Oh god, that's gross. I don't like it. Actually, I think this is better.
Me slowly painting this giant over several episodes sort of feels like, you know, how they sell those action figures that like come with a single bit of a larger action figure. You know, if you're buying like an Avengers toy, you might get Hulk's arm, then the other one you get Hulk's head, and eventually, several collections later, you have all of it. That's sort of how I feel. What? This one. Forgot what pen I was using. What's the link to YouTube? Oh, boy.
That's a good question. I'll actually post it in the Discord. Hold on.
Anybody got any good TV show recommendations they've been watching recently?
We're about to start watching The Boys.
Oh, good choice. Yeah, I'm caught up on The Boys. So there's nothing I watched there. I'm caught up on Mandalorian Season 2 because they've only released the first fucking episode. And we're almost caught up on British Baking Show Bly Manor. Which one?
Yo, yeah, The Haunting of Bly Manor just came out.
Ah, okay.
Got Rupee, I can't remember his name.
Sure.
He was in something for a while.
I tend to avoid, like, you know, haunting ones just because they sort of seem really formulaic for the most part, but I've heard really good things about this one.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure I'll check it out. Oh, dude, hell yeah! Oh, you said Heavy Cavalry.
Yeah,
I was
those
looking
look
for more
really
some-
good.
Some dope ass shit.
Yeah, I haven't started it because we've been watching through like New Girl and like that era, but we're starting to get more and more into new things, so yeah, look at that. The brown mixed with a little bit of silver actually worked really well.
Well, when you're mixing your base color into anything, you're guaranteeing that it's gonna match.
Yeah, that's fair. We literally started watching New Girl like I couldn't even tell you maybe like 2 weeks ago. We're almost done with it.
What season are you on?
6, but there's only 7.
Yeah.
We watch it every once in a while, but we've also been busy doing other things. Like we have the small get together on Saturday.
Yeah, Kimmy and I watched all of that again during quarantine.
Yeah, we've watched through Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We've watched through pretty much everything. Now that I think about it. Oh yeah, I forgot. This mix had a Christmas themed section.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, it's Joy to the World, lo-fi version.
Okay. Well, it's after Halloween, so it's appropriate.
And there's like a few more, so.
Oh, no, I'm not wearing Christmas socks today.
Oh, that looks. I love when things are good. Don't shut up.
Don't you know? She's real good there, eh? Just a real treat. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I sort of get like one big reason that isn't really necessarily so explicit about why people skip Thanksgiving and go straight from Halloween to Christmas. When's the last time you heard a fucking... Oh, dude, What We Do in the Shadows? So good.
Great show.
I've already...
Great movie. If you haven't seen the original.
The Johnny Depp one's still pretty good. I like Helena Bonham Carter in it, but, you know, that's usual. The TV show, though...
I think that's
so dope. Well, that's the remake.
What We Do in the Shadows? The
Yeah.
show?
The show does not have Johnny Depp in it.
No, the original
remake
doesn't. Did they have a remake of it?
Yeah, well...
Oh. I'm just done.
Well, there's the movie with Johnny Depp. There's an old TV show, right? And then there's the new TV show that is on
What the vampire one?
Hulu. Yeah, they're all vampire ones.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows by it's a Taika Waititi movie.
Yeah, and it's also the one on Hulu is the fucking TV show. Bat. Dark Shadows.
You're thinking Dark Shadows.
Which fucking one is Dark Shadows?
Also a vampire movie.
What the fuck is Dark... No, What We Do in the Shadows is the one... Yeah, Taika Waititi, and it's got the fucking 3 Victorian vampires who live in, like, fucking...
New Zealand.
Well, the actors are from New Zealand, but no, they live in, like, fucking Boston or some shit.
No, I thought they lived in New Zealand. Maybe I'm wrong. That's okay.
No, they live in America.
Oh, the one in the show, yeah.
And there's a movie version, I don't...
Chris and I are gonna end up being one day that like old Muppet, the 2 old Muppet guys.
What the fuck is Dark Shadows? Hold on, I have to Google this now. 'Cause I'm having some real fucking software moments.
I'm going all over with this. I'm thinking about what would be tarnished.
Yeah, okay, Dark Shadows is the old... okay, yeah, no, Dark Shadows is the one that was remade with Johnny Depp, right? Yep, okay, cool. Yep. Table Troop, you are correct.
Ding a ding a ding a ding a ding.
So, What We Do in the Shadows, wasn't that a...
It's a new show that came out on FX recently that was a extension piece of the Taika Waititi movie that does take place in New Zealand. I'm like 100% certain.
Okay. Well, What We Do in the Shadows is still really fucking good.
Yes.
It's just unfortunate that they get confused in my brain because they're vampire shows with the word fucking shadows.
True Blood. A lot of my friends are starting True Blood right now. Speaking of vampires.
Kimmy and I have also watched all of True Blood.
Yeah, because it's got Hottie McHotterson, Joe Manganiello in it.
Yeah.
My man. Who is currently part of my wardrobe.
Yeah, we watched a lot of fucking vampire and werewolf TV shows during quarantine. That one, Bitten, which I didn't like so much. We didn't watch Hemlock Grove during quarantine, but I've already seen it. Not gonna lie, I really like the fucking Teen Wolf TV show. It was on fucking CW, whichever one it was.
You know what show that I used to watch back in the day?
I'm listening.
That's pretty cool. I have a friend who works on the Flash series. Not Christian Klein, different guy.
What is Christian Klein doing?
I don't know.
I love how we say his full name.
Yeah,
Is that...
that's what we know him by.
But see, so my coworkers called me out for that too because I was talking about Evan, and I would say his full name because I was like, oh, fucking Homecoming's almost coming up. He should be coming back in town. They're like, why do you say his full name? And I was like, I just do.
That brown looks really good.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I would assume so. He's got a house and he lives in LA, so.
Who?
So
Good Money?
this
Yeah.
guy that
Mhm.
he joined Chiefs with me freshman year, marched a year with me, and then quit because he had to do stuff at film school. Graduated from film school, immediately went to LA and got a job working on the Flash series. Talked about him meeting like Grant Gustin and like all the people in the CW verse, which is so cool.
Yeah, I'm glad that they ended Arrow after running it into the ground for so long.
Yeah, it used to be my favorite show, and then it
First
just
couple,
got bad.
especially the one with not Joe Manganiello, but his evil twin, Manu Bennett. Those
Oh,
first
yeah.
seasons were so good.
I'm happy with his little tarnishing. What would you do post tarnish?
Highlight again.
A little bit deeper with these.
But like a very light highlight and only like the brightest spots. Just you pick where you want your eye to focus, like around its face and its horns and stuff, and then highlight the tips of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over with a brighter silver on those, and on like the ridge line on the back.
Mhm.
Yeah, that brown ended up really good.
Yeah, it's pretty convincing, and it has a nice sort of like pearlescent effect.
Because of the silver.
Yeah.
Damn, look at you. Told me to spread my wings and fly, and I did.
Meanwhile, once this guy's done drying, I'm about to fuck him up.
Yeah. You do that with all the minis, and they always end up looking so good.
It's like I get him to a really nice stopping point, and it's like I could just leave it here. Nah, I'm about to
just
shit
mess-
on this
mess
movie.
it up. You did that with the spider,
I'm about to just.
and I was
slap
like,
shit
oh,
all over it.
that looks cool, and everyone's like, oh my god, that looks so good.
Yeah, I do take some inspiration from the Blanchitsu style, which is basically just the idea of make it fucking grimy. There's a lot of really good Blanchitsu style painters.
I love the fact that the mic is covering your face when you go down.
That's alright, I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, but every time you make it look grimy, it looks insanely good.
Yeah, it's a style that definitely has its own appeal. Like, I could try to learn, like, you know, the heavy metal style that is all the classic Citadel Warhammer stuff, and really lean into all the, like, edge highlighting and panel lining. But I don't. Because that's hard. And like I was saying earlier, I could go for, you know, I could start working on my non-metallic metal skills. But that's hard.
Yeah.
It's really easy to just Jackson Pollock at a fucking mini with, you know, just enough care to make it not shit.
I love when we get to the smooth jazz section tonight.
It almost feels like hanging out with John. I almost said his full name because, like, but now that I'm aware of it, like, I'm conscious of it. Not to say a brother's full name, just because, like, that's the habit. But hanging out with John, and it's like, oh, we're at a party. It's about to be salsa hour because this fucking white guy turned it on.
Or when we hang out with Josh.
Yeah, he's drunk enough to want to salsa dance, so he's gonna pull every available female around, and then also Josh. Speaking of which, where is Josh? Heavy metal style is not worth it. Yeah, I agree. That's why I said I haven't learned it, because I just don't want it. I think it's a very nice effect to end up with, but, like, I can't see myself dedicating the time and the effort to get there.
I've gotten better at caring less about, like, the detail work at the beginning and just kind of going over it at the end. Because that was my biggest issue. Was I caught myself up in so many of them. I caught myself up in so many of them.
All right, this guy's more base coated. I got some brown down, and he's done for tonight. I've acquired another piece of Exodia Forbidden One. I got too much paint. Bro, tell me about it.
Yeah, Chris is more like that than I am.
I have such a massive box of Shane. I stopped bringing it to paint nights after bringing it the first couple times because, like, I tell myself, oh, I'll grab something out of it. Like, I've got a couple 3D printed minis here. And of course I've got this big guy, but I've been wanting to work on him, so I've been convincing myself to do it.
I like it. I don't know. Yeah, holy shit. I just realized what you meant by that pearlescent thing, where, like, in the shadow it brings out the
Well, and
brown more.
as you turn it ever so slightly, because you are only sort of catching certain sides of it, as you turn the mini, different parts face you, so it shifts.
So cool. Oh god. I love when I do things, but, like, not purposefully.
Alright, time to fuck this boy up. Are you
I caught
ready,
my
kids?
Yeah. I've got a couple minis that I still have to work on. They're a bit more...
Yeah, I would call it gray shame, but only a slight amount of it is gray plastic. I have a lot of like these WizKids unpainted minis, so a bunch of it is white. And even some of the ones that weren't originally white, they were the colored plastic from old board games. I've primed them at least, so they're also mostly white. If I was smart, well, not smart, but if I had better foresight, I probably would have primed them black so that I could zenithal highlight them later. But back when I first did all of that, I wasn't really keen on doing that. I don't know.
Like a dungeon stone.
I knew you were gonna say that, but
there's not really much else to do. You don't really find anything else. Oh, also, information on Gorgons. They are not... But mythically, yes, they are Medusas, but D&D wise, they're just big metal bowls that breathe petrifying breath.
Yeah, Gary Gygax was a real dick. Just stealing a completely different name, and instead of calling Medusa a Gorgon, just calls it a Medusa. Like, sorry, there's a whole race of creatures that gets named after the one. Like,
I wish I would have watched it. Damn, we still have 30 minutes. I thought I had Underdark there. Oh, hydrate. I'll drink my drink. I have so many channel points I can use, but I choose not to.
I tried to use one to have us get up and stretch during the session on Tuesday, and everybody didn't, so we weren't watching the stream.
Boom. Submit that. Posture check.
We've been sliding since I don't remember when, in and out of consciousness. While others might be stressing out, we rely on a facade to help us out. And it's
So Tuesday nights we stream my campaign currently, which is 7:30 Eastern time until about 10:30, 11 Eastern time. Every other Thursday we do this stream. We have a few other things on the table. We have a Dungeon Brawl stream that we do, which is like a run through a dungeon or a specific monster that's starting to pick back up. We have a date coming out for that. We have one-shots that go on every once in a while. Like Chris said, we had the Monster Hearts one-shot recently
For Halloween.
and then in addition to that, we also had the Campers and Counselors one-shot. The stream basically started because I said, hey, why don't we start on a night when there's no Critical Role and I'll just stream Wild Mount one-shot. And everyone was like, yeah! So that's it. We've got another campaign coming up that's on the horizon. We're getting the details finalized with it. And then, I mean, we're come up with more ideas. If you have any suggestions, we have a suggestion box. Or if you want to see something specific, feel free to throw it in there. Because, again, we're all about helping out the community, and we want to make sure that you guys are getting the content that you like. And then my campaign's been going on for a year and a half now. Chris is in it.
Definitely. I actually just got a Facebook memory of when we fought the Hags and the Oni.
That was a good battle.
Can't believe I took a fucking potion of cold resistance when that motherfucker could only use the cold ability once. Felt like such a waste.
It happens. Yeah, please do. It's a fun time. We're a bit chaotic. We're in the middle of a spoopy thing right now. About to walk into a haunted mansion, basically.
Alright, so this boy just got a lot darker, a lot grimier.
I like it though.
He was nice, he was clean, now he's a filthy, dirty boy.
Revamped. Strahd did it. Bam.
Yeah, what's funny is Wizards put out that as the name, and they announced it on a certain day, and there's a Reddit thread on like r/Curse of Strahd from like back a couple months after the original came out that is titled Curse of Strahd Revamped. And it's like, bruh, Wizards, y'all took this from y'all did not originally come up with this name. Somebody else got to it first. You're clever, and it's an obvious pun, but you're not that clever.
I don't know if you've been to Barnes and Noble or anywhere. The case is huge.
Yeah, because it fits a book, and then it's a giant fucking coffin around it. Like, it's so fucking big. One of the reasons that I'm not getting it is because it's not gonna fucking fit on my shelf.
Yeah.
Two, I'm not gonna fucking buy it anyway. But like,
speaking of not going to fit on your shelf, did you see V's thing on the Orcus Mini that's coming out?
dude, that shit looks sick.
It looks real good.
I'm hoping it's big in like the Gargantuan Dragon. Well, not Gargantuan, but the Pathfinder Gargantuan Dragon, where it's
Oh yeah.
the current quote unquote young dragon size.
Yeah,
that's the shit I want to see.
I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to get it yet because I want to save my money for the Dargans. But I do have the Arviaturus Mini and the Black Dragon Mini on order, so... I'm excited.
I don't know how to feel about this rust that I'm doing here. I feel like it's going to overpower it, but...
You doing homebrew or are you doing something? Are you going through a campaign? I feel that. I have like a 30-page Google Doc with all the information about my campaign in it.
Bro, that shit ain't nothing. Our original game, I still have like...
The book?
Yeah, I'm still adding to that shit because I've run another game in the same world, so I've still been adding to it. I literally have like, I want to say like somewhere in the vicinity of like 18 or 19 gigs just of the documents that I made during the campaign, not even the ones after, because they're stored in a different spot because they're technically a different game, and I don't ever want to get them confused when I need to look stuff up in Curry. But...
I just need to take it solidly set together. We need to work on the... I mean, 30 pages of your guys' campaign. I've I've got 20 or so pages written down in that book from the first campaign that I ran, which was Ang. Alright, so what are you doing for the breath?
I'm just going bright green. Fuck it. It's gonna look pretty cool against the sort of brassy, shitty gold. I think I also am gonna go. I'm homebrew right for 2 years. Yeah, dude. That you keep building on a thing and it ends up taking on a life of its own. It's like shit goes places you could not have imagined when you first started writing.
Yeah, we're stuck.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh yeah, they're very similar. The hex rate is a little more matte, but I prefer.
Yeah, because the contrasts are a little glossy. They're like satin.
I'm okay with that. I prefer this. This is like Tarantino movie music going on right now.
I don't know.
Let's go back to my answers. Well, this was part 2 of it, so what should we pick next?
Or do what?
This is the second winner in the poll. So what should we do next?
I think we still have those minutes on the list, right?
What's up, Bankai Billy? Thanks for joining us.
Oh shit, what up?
I'm just painting these gorgons. You know how it is. Oh, it's dope. Shoot us a follow and join in on the fun.
Hey, thank you.
We don't tell you to subscribe unless you've got finances for it, because we know that right now is a really hectic time in the pandemic. So.
Yeah, dude, make sure you can eat. Make sure you can pay your rent.
Yeah, that's important.
Make sure you have gas in your car. That's what you gotta worry about.
Oh, of course, yeah. We do this every other week right now. Hey, look at that. It worked.
Hey!
Dope.
Oh, okay, dude, that badge is not bad blowing up like that. Like,
Yeah. I did all right. It only took me 7 hours out of the day. But yeah, we do this every other Thursday right now. And if you've got a Twitter or if you follow our Discord and join us, we'll have polls out basically every month to see what we paint. This is the second. Oh, hey, thanks for the subscription. we have. Hey, we have this every other week currently, just so we can have time to get things together for it. But we'll have polls out basically on what you want to see us paint. We put out basically a list of 3 things. It is helpful that WizKids is currently releasing a lot of new things.
Yeah, dude, they're cranking them out.
Which is dope because there are a lot of old minis with new sculpts and they look incredible. Yes, my love. Oh, where are you going? Okay, on the jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back. No, I'll be good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hey, thanks for the other subscription.
It was my app.
Alright, this is his good side still.
Throwing out the.
Instead of the classic sort of shiny silver board that you might see in the rulebook, since I've already got a couple of those, I decided to go for it. Oh, thank you, Benkai Billy. Look at that big old cheer. So I decided to go for a sort of rusty old copper. You know, this is the guy that's been in a fucking dungeon, just chilling for. Yeah, this.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm going for.
hit pro gamer move for sure. Those are pro strats right there. Those are absolutely pro strats. And then this ugly boy is mine.
See, that's the style you'll see in the rulebook.
Yeah, he's got some brown on him.
Brand new shiny silver right out of the wizard's lab.
It's pretty.
But yeah, I'm using up all my whole reservoir or my whole.
Oh,
repertoire.
Do we post the pictures of the miniatures on Discord as well?
Did I or do we?
Do we?
Might as well. Huh?
Yeah, we should. Because we do it on Twitter.
Alright, here comes the. Where'd you leave your silver? Your real. No, Necro.
Oh. I'm still the most proud of that skeleton dragon. It just looks so good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, my proudest one is the. Oh, sorry. Sorry, we just have Vaseline on the lens. And we're just gonna leave it like that.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean I'm well aware of the fact that my camera's out of focus and I'm not doing anything about it?
Actually, I'm going back over it. I just realized the gray is so close to the silver that it's blending too much.
Well, I mean, you know, if it's blending from the bottom where the gray is becoming a shadow, that's what you want. Like, I added more of the grimy typhus corrosion stuff on the bottom side so that it would, you know, increase the contrast that I was going for.
Yeah, so probably starting, let's see, today's Thursday, so I would say Saturday or next Monday, I'll put together a grouping of 3. I usually just go on Miniature Market and find whatever is the closest thing that I would want. I give Chris an option as well, and then we just kind of throw a third one in there.
Yeah, I do also have a resin 3D printer, like these guys right here. I cranked out on my Elegomars.
And then we put it up to vote for people who want to, what they want to see painted.
Yeah, so we're not limited to the things you can find that WizKids puts out. But
Yeah, if you have an STL file or anything like that, feel free.
well, I also have 150 gigs of STL files from all the Patreons that I've been supporting for the last however long.
It has just been easy for us to get WizKids minis because that's what we have currently.
I need to get a new external hard drive to carry it so I can get it all off my fucking laptop.
See, that's better. Delineating the silver from the gray. Oh, yes, jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Looks good. That'd be we could do it, but we paint mostly
Paint the
D&D
Millennium
stuff.
Falcon.
We could paint something that looks
Yeah.
like the Millennium Falcon into Falcon.
But no, the Millennium Falcon would be dope though. It probably wouldn't be terribly interesting because I would probably shortcut it by just base coating it the gray that I want it to be.
Yeah.
And then it'd just be a long period of just picking out all the little greeblies that have color. But I think that'd be fun.
I think I'm gonna go back over silver and brown.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of pull it up. Just like-
Do something from Cyborg Miniatures. I know the name, but I don't know it off the top of my head. It's not. I love how the immediate thing. Do it.
No.
Just don't. Cyborg. What? What do I know them from?
I don't know. It sounds like old.
Oh, they're the like overly detailed Cthulhu miniatures.
That would be a that'd be a project for sure.
Yeah, they. Oh god, yeah, they're fucking sick. I feel like I wouldn't do them justice though. Oh, they do more than just Cyborg. They do a lot of. I just know what I know them from is their Cthulhu stuff, but they have a bunch of like dwarves and shit that looks super dope.
It's fun. We haven't done a humanoid yet. Like we've only stuck to pretty big miniatures so far.
What do you mean I haven't done a human?
Okay, but
This
you
is
know,
painting a fucking statue.
yeah, I've done a couple dragons. Thanks. It's royalty-free music because that's what we're allowed to use, and I pay for it, which is interesting. Is it really royalty-free then? Is it really? Are you really royalty-free if I'm paying? The real
Yeah, like
question
if you're
is-
paying for it, you're literally paying for a license.
It's like Shutterstock, where it's like it's like royalty-free images.
And yet I pay for fucking Shutterstock. Like, gotta love the logic.
Yeah, this is just the mini painting stuff that I use. I'll
Speak-
go through Sirenscape if I do anything else.
Speaking of the stuff that we do on stream, I brought it up in one of our internal meetings, but I am thinking of putting together a similar type of chill stream where I'm drawing, and by drawing I mean digital painting on my drawing tablet, because I do quite a bit of character art for. I say quite a bit, but I've done like one piece for each character. I've been doing character art for the people from our Tuesday night game,
Which is
and
looking phenomenal.
yeah, some of the older ones I got to get them caught back up, and I feel like I just have to start from scratch to get them in the new style, because like if I'm trying to edit them, it's just not working because they were just started in such a different way that they just don't look cohesive with the most recent ones.
Yeah, YouTube is a bit harder for the monetization stuff, but Twitch is luckily a little lax on it. But because we post to YouTube, we don't want to get flagged too much. That's why we do it. But yeah. We're glad that you're enjoying the stream in general. I know you were told to, but it's a good thing that you actually enjoy it.
You've been commanded to enjoy.
No,
Where's your-
we're definitely gonna give you a check out. In fact, I'll probably as soon as we're done with this stream, follow you on my personal We followed the stream followed the stream. So
Wheeler, where's your white?
waffle white.
July is blue. That's fine. Close enough. I just need a color. I'm doing his eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. White, and then make them glow with another color. So dry brush that other light color around him.
What?
So,
Sorry,
like,
what?
What color are you doing his eyes? Is that what you're asking? Like I was saying, do the white or do the eyes themselves white first, and then like glaze a light color over them and dry brush that same color around. So if you want them to look like they're glowing, for example, which is what I've done with the other ones.
Yeah, Chris has an art degree. That's why he wants to do that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it. We have a good log on a Google Drive that one of our group members put together. But I mean, I'm always looking for music to run, especially for tonight. It would save me $15 a month. Ooh, that's a little bit too much. That's okay. A little bit too much and a lot too much. So, glaze over with a different color to make it look like.
Yes, and you want to like dry brush around it. So you'll do, and then you can also tap back over with the white, just a little dot in the center. I straight fucked this one up.
Oh, that was the cat. I was like, she's back, right?
She's back.
Who's No.
Bruh. Wheeler.
What?
2 more hydrates.
What?
We've been commanded.
Ah!
Mine's not alcohol, mine is just water. Because I have to drive after this.
Chris's Yeti mic, it's a Yeti Blue, and it's a USB port. When we do streaming, we use it as well, but when I do personal stuff on my own, I have an AT2020 XLR mic that I use at my desk. Go ahead. And I'm currently in the midst of getting things
I
together.
actually like this song. Which one is this?
I don't know.
This one pops up.
I'm in the midst of getting things together for a Don't Understand by Dylan Sitz. I'm in the middle of getting a components together to build a PC, but I use my MSI laptop, which Chris also has an MSI laptop. So
yeah, I basically have just a bigger version of his. And I use Yeti as well. Yeah, dude, Yeti's just a real workhorse.
it's a good company. The only reason I use the AT2020 is because for me it's better for like up close stuff. But when we're using it for streaming, until we get a better setup for it, which may never be a thing since I'm probably moving in about a year, we'll use the Yeti because it's tried and true. And then for this camera, I use the Canon EOS Rebel T7 with the webcam BIOS for OBS. And then I recently got a new Logitech C920 for the stream as well. So.
And during our Tuesday night streams, if we need a secondary camera to point at like a battle map or something, we have another EOS T5.
Yeah. Which I've amassed over time. I did not spend like $1,200 all at once. The T5 I've had for like 4 years.
Yeah, the camera that I used for a real long time, I managed to use our fraternity money to buy.
The T3i?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used that for a while. And then I had to give it back because I wasn't storing it.
Yep, that's the story.
What glaze are you in?
It's a good question. I think,
I'm gonna go green.
well, since I'm using green for the I actually think I want to do yellow. I'm gonna start yellow for because I'm doing the breath and the
Oh, dope. Yeah, the webcams are just what we're using right now. Obviously, once we get like money,
Flex, why don't we?
we'll get something. But again, we'll probably be I'm moving out of state and away from everyone, so I'll probably stick with my setup now, and then if things get better, we'll start to use more things like that. But since no one's following me to wherever we're moving, which is now looking like Colorado.
Ooh. Yeah, if and when I end up leaving, it's probably going to be heading towards more northeastern.
That's where we were headed first, but then we started talking about it more, and Colorado was on the list to begin with, so we can go back. Do you have a... I was going to go red. Are you going orange?
No, this is a yellow, but it's a bit too orangey of a yellow because it's a contrast. So I'm going to go for my actual glaze, which is quite a bit lighter because it actually is just straight yellow.
Do you have a green glaze?
Yeah, I have several. So I have a Soulstone over here. I have that one. I've got this one. I like this one. I can tell what it's like. Well, yeah, the other one's a technical, so it's like a. Oh yeah, this is the color.
Yeah, it took me some time to get it fully set up together, just because obviously it takes time to amass the things that you need for a stream that you didn't plan on doing at the beginning of the year. But you meet cool people and you...
Yeah, luckily, because we already have been doing so much remote D&D stuff, we had a lot of it ready already. Like, I've had this Yeti for well over a year, but I think that it was... The serial number on it says it's from fucking 2013. Like, it's a bit of an older model. But yeah, luckily we didn't have to just, one day drop a shit ton of money on something. A little more lighting in the back of the table. So we actually have 2 floodlights back here. They're just turned down.
Yeah, I can turn them up. Hold on.
I don't know where you put the remote.
I don't either. The back of the table is hard to get to too because we have the.
If you see that
The
we're
laptop
looking
is
here,
right here.
yeah. If we see where this one.
Ah, that's actually fine because I forgot that has auto white correct. I should have just turned it up like that to begin with.
You fucking.
Oh
hurts.
well, here we go.
Fucking hurts to look at though.
Yeah.
Northeast is best. For a second, I thought you were talking about pointing the lamps northeast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know which direction northeast is. Yeah, I actually have a desk lamp right here in front of the camera because it's sort of. I have a pretty mobile painting setup, and this just stays in my painting box at all times, pretty much.
Yeah, I like this screen.
That's turning pretty blue. I don't like that.
Young, dumb, and lit. That's how I want to be. Also, when you did the spider eggs, did you dry brush in white?
I don't yet. Yes, I think you still have them, so I would be able to see.
So if I went over this, would
No,
you-
dry brush in a lighter green.
Really? Okay.
Because the spider eggs were white, so I dry brushed with white. But I'm
So
not gonna
like,
dry brush white on it.
Let's
Bruh, I literally have a whole row of fucking light greens over here. They're much lighter.
Like this one?
Maybe this one. Because you're that first one you grabbed is very blue. And unless I'm specifically intending to, I don't like doing tonal shifts by accident because it can end up really just fucking up.
I was gonna go for a 4K camera for the next webcam I got, and then I was like, oh yeah, real eyes see real eyes.
Such a meme.
But I was like, I don't need to spend $200 on a webcam.
Whiskey sour with the rosemary.
We've hit the.
Is it just as like a garnish?
Probably.
Or is like rosemary meant to be like added into the flavor? Shane.
You're asking the right person.
So I've got a nice little gradient here for his breath coming out. Quite proud of that. I
Oh yeah, wow.
yeah, I might dry brush over that, maybe not.
And then dry brush, you said around the eyes?
Yes, but when I say dry brush, I really mean overbrush. As in, instead of doing blah blah blah, you're like blotting and trying to create that corona effect around it.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to get demonetized. The Backstreet Boys reunion tour effect. Yeah, so
With like the green?
whatever color you want. One of my silver ones has blue around the eyes. One of them has red, which is the only way I could tell them apart. Except that one was pre-painted and one was a prototype that I got from a Chinese eBay seller, like in like 2015. Yeah, I don't remember.
But just a color go around to get it.
Yeah, just whatever one you feel like. Yeah, I think I'll do yellow around this one. No, I'll actually go with my darker one because I want it to settle around the edges more.
So you don't do the same color, but you do something close to it, or am I just misinterpreting it?
So, for example, I've gone yellow over the eyes, and if I wanted to make it look like it's glowing yellow, I'm going to pick a dry yellow somewhere and just brush it in the area around to catch on the orbital bone.
Oh, to make it look like it's
Like it's
I
object source lighting is what it is. You're putting a light source around this high point, and then once that dries, you'll want to put a little white dot back in the center of it, so that it looks like it's getting darker as it goes toward the edge, but it's casting light to the area around it.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So
Which is a very simplified way of approaching OSL. It's not necessarily the if you're doing like a larger if you're doing a larger effect where like a guy's holding a lantern
I'm an idiot.
and
God, why is it so dry?
yeah. But see, that's fine. That's sort of what you want.
Oh shit, we've got 10 minutes.
Good, because I'm pretty much done.
Snuck up on me. Yeah. So the only stipulation we usually have for painting is we try to get it done within a 2-hour period because it's Thursday night and, you know, critical is a thing for people.
You may notice how we said, oh yeah, we'll just stream on nights that Critical Role isn't happening, and yet here we are.
Streaming on nights that critical.
Just making sure we do it beforehand so that, you know, we're not asking people to not do that. This is not a strong enough yellow, so I'm accomplishing nothing. We're gonna go with the Uriel yellow.
And then use a dab white on this back in the center.
Yeah, you want to take that. You want to add a higher point to it.
What a lot of fucking
One more time around. Everything's slowing down. Can't control it. Say that you're for me. Right now I need loyalty. It's hard for me to trust you. I
I guess I can sense
I'm
it.
having the classic drawing problem. Like, oh, I got one eye perfect. The other one's awful. Classic problem.
That looks so good. You got that like gray undertones that are wrapped.
Well, I didn't use gray. I used the blue.
Ah, the
Patina.
patina.
I just did it pretty lightly to dull it down.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm digging the brown undertone. I like the way it tarnishes the silver. Alright,
where's the white?
I have a
Where's the
shit
white?
ton of white.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're streaming on Tuesday right now. I think Friday's coming up as a day. And then maybe Wednesday? I'm not 100% certain. But Ow. Oh god.
Is this song playing twice?
No. I think there's like a clean version and a regular version. So yes, but also no.
Well, now it's just one 7-minute long song.
Did you blaze back?
No, like I said, I keep fucking up on one of the eyes, so I went back around to sort of dab some yellow to.
I hydrated before, but I'll hydrate again.
I'm just
Yeah, I'm done. We get it done. Yeah, Fridays is gonna be coming up.
I'm just saying, don't have high expectations because I'm not good at D&D. The one game that I'm really proud of that I have a really good character in is the fucking Monday night game that we don't stream.
Yeah, Umber's fun. I love Sunny. I have not played a character as fun as Sunny, since I
like,
played Orin.
The level of shit going on with him, you guys have only just seen the beginning of it, and like
Yeah.
I'm so happy with where it seems to be going.
Friday's on the horizon though, and Tuesday is currently basically our weekly stream. Obviously, we took this Tuesday off because voting isn't.
Yeah, we were not feeling it.
But I don't know if we have raids on the channel currently. I may have turned them off, but if that's the case, then
Bro, by all means.
yeah, I'll turn them back on. But definitely for analytics sides, just tell people to come in and follow, because I know that raids don't count for viewers for some things, but that's just mindless stuff.
What's our time limit? I'm running down to the wire.
9:30, so we got 4 minutes. I'm just adding effects to the smoke. Did you go over with a lighter color?
I'm just highlighting a little bit.
Oh, you gradiated it. Or, you know what I meant.
Like Reddit. Oh shit. I have paint on my finger, so I just got a big old glob of fucking yellow on his shoulder. Shit.
Actually, do you have a green yellow? I might do the same thing.
I really don't. I just mixed one.
I might just use this. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll turn them back on. I just turned them down because, or turned them off because at the beginning I didn't want anything to randomly rate us.
Jeez.
Like some esports thing coming in and being like, what the hell?
Yeah. That'd be so fun, though. But sorry, if you're looking for anything exciting, it ain't here. This is the opposite.
Yeah, I put a little yellow on it.
Alright, Bakers, you have 1 minute. Put down. Oh shit, I didn't do his base. Alright,
This
we're
is
about
why
to.
yours always look better than mine. Yeah, we followed the Discord, and like I said, as soon as we get off of this, I'm gonna shoot both the channels to follow, and probably subscribe to one of them because I do have the finances, which I'm lucky to have. Whichever one is your guys' main channel, just let me know, and I'll throw a subscription that way.
I realize now my error. I could have been painting his base and getting it out of the way while he was drying earlier. My hubris! I have been laid low.
No pictures of the dirty water.
Bruh, it's like shiny gold water.
Yeah, it's so. I was making a joke earlier in the stream about the fact that
like
I'll be sure to do
Goldschlager.
that. But I was like the forbidden. I was like, what liqueur? It has the edible pearl dust, like hypnotic or whatever.
Why Goldschlager has gold dust in it.
Yeah, the forbidden Goldschlager. Because it really does have like a pearlescent shine to it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I dunked just a shit ton of my gold in there earlier.
All right, you done?
Done as I'm gonna be.
All right, so these are the finished products. That's Chris's finished product. He definitely
I'm
looks...
leaving space for you to get in here too.
This is the Forbidden Goldschlager for sure. This is my boy. Much more traditional style with a little bit of tarnishing on it in a brown because that's how silver tarnishes.
We go. Give me that big bright.
But he looks cool. I'm excited. Maybe I'll throw him at the party soon. Okay, that's it, right?
Yep.
That's all we gotta do.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna go. Yeah. Yep. We'll go ahead and take some nice up close picture of these once they're fully dried and set on their bases and stuff, and we will have those out
On the socials. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for the Table Troop and Bankai Billy and the Adwin who I just saw followed us. Thank you for the follows and the subscriptions. We appreciate it. We love making new friends. Please consider following us on our socials and joining our Discord so that we can have a conversation because we love talking to people. We love having a conversation about D&D. Chris and I love mini painting when we can. So thanks. Critical Roles tonight. It is Thursday. We appreciate you being out here. It's okay. Tomorrow's going to be a new day and it's all going to be okay. We'll be fine. And we'll be here for each other no matter what. So enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we will see you Tuesday with the next episode of the the Minds Game. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Wave, My inner soul make a village glow. You can see the real through my inner scope. Real grows with a feel cold. Get my spirit to the pin stroke. Young Westbrook and the rim is low. Sweet tang when I fall through. When I hit the queen with the give and go. I've been getting close. I've been feeling go. I've been in a mode when my pupils dilated. Take the beat and then annihilate it till the siren faded. Fuck a violation, I've been going places. It's no escaping how I ride my wave and chasing Percy Mills with no limitation. Carve a smile with they straight faces. Therapeutic, self-medicated, I've been doing fine for a low life. Seeing clear through the low lights. Straight gas for the stove light. Chasing green, all I know is to go. They see my pro when it shows right. Third finger to my old life. I can't lose. Count up the blue. Spend nothing, me boo. Put on for the crew. It's a coup. Don't got no roof. So I can shoot for the star beam, yeah.
Fast, heart race, pound.
So I can shoot for the star beam. So I can shoot. So I can shoot for the star beam, yeah.
Fast, heart race, pound it. Get back.
So I can shoot for the star beam. So I can shoot.
Way up where the sound is.
So I can shoot for the star beam. I just hit the Brody, what you want? I just caught myself a little map to remind me where I'm from and where I'm going and where I'm at. Only true shit up my tulips. I talk that true shit. I'm out here trying to smell the roses while I'm still here. I'm at the crib, getting toasted. I'm off the dosage. My mind is glowing, set the blow up from how I molded. Never forfeit, much be clutch, how the way I close it. Taking more than I can fold. Flip it, watch it close here. You might pick up on the pros if I got the torch. Let they want my business to reside right by where they knows it. Give my image some distortion. Yeah, bitch, I come from where the floor is top ramen bullshit. I used to live off of the moors, so now I get portions. Since 18, been on my loan, so my life been cordless. But then I learned the carpe diem, now that shit looking gorgeous. 2020 with the vision sharp and decent job to come from where the void is. Wanna cop the crib with the cash bag, get the last laugh for no mortgage. My mind spinning out of orbit, but right now I feel it so right. Flip a third finger to my old life. I can't lose. Count up the blue. Spend nothing, me boo. Put on for the crew. It's a coup. Don't got no roof. So I can shoot for the star beam, yeah.
Fast, heart race, pound it.
So I can shoot for the star beam. So I can shoot.
Way up where the sound is.
So I can shoot for the star beam, yeah.
Fast, heart race, pound it. Get back.
So I can shoot for the star beam. So I can shoot.
Way up where the sound is.
So I can shoot for the star